I just got over here to Whiskey Willy'S. I got out of here just in time, just before the evening rush of people started coming in. I'm telling you, you're here in the Tampa area, you definitely have to come over here to Whiskey Willy'S and grab some of their amazing store picks. Also, they will enter you into their raffle, and they are raffling an Elmer T. Lee where you're able to buy it at MSRP. Over here at Whiskey Willy'S, Richard is the go-to guy. He's the one that runs and operates this show. He's not the owner, but he is definitely here. He has a full knowledge of bourbon, and he's here to help you with any of your bourbon needs. Don't hesitate to ask for him. He's more than willing to come out and help you. I'll tell you this, guys. This store is a phenomenal location. Whiskey Willy'S over here in Tampa. Over here at Whiskey Willy'S, you have an amazing selection of bourbon over here. You gotta stop by here. But not only do they have an amazing selection of bourbon, they have phenomenal store picks. And I'm gonna tell you this, they have a very special store pick here, and I can't wait to show you what it is. Hold on to your shorts. Here we go. We're jumping into this bad boy. Forget about it. All right, so we're jumping right in here. We got our Wyoming whiskey coming in here at 50 bones. We got some other Wyoming whiskey coming here. They're single barrel coming in at 100 beans. We got our tin cup up here, and then our Stranahan's Diamond Peak, and our Basil Hayden products. Now, the going theme down here in Tampa is I'm noticing everybody has the Frey Ranch products. So come over here to Whiskey Willy'S. They got this Frey Ranch farm strength uncut bourbon coming in at 83 beans. They also have the straight bourbon whiskey and then the rye. Now when you come down here, we're also going to take a look over here at their Knob Creek products. They got a Knob Creek smoked maple coming in at 40 bones. We also have some of the others here, including our Elijah Craig products. They have the Toasted Barrel right here, including the Barrel Proof, which is batch B524. They have our Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond coming in at just 47 beans. This is delicious. One of my favorite Bottled and Bonds. We also have our McKenna. The McKenna's coming in at just 70 beans. And then you go down here, we got our Evan Williams products, including a single barrel coming in at just $34.99 or 35 beans. You got your Evan Williams Bottled and Bond and your Jim Beam products. We're going to continue with the Maker's Mark products over here. Still haven't found that Slam Dunkaroo yet. One of these days, just like winning the lotto, maybe one of these days I'll win the lotto. Up top here we have our Calumet 10 small batch and Old Azura 7. We have our Lux Row into the Redwood Empire, Lost Monarch. Widow Jane 10 for 70 beans. OKAI. We got our Jack Daniel's single barrel rye. They have the single barrel proof coming in at 130 proof. And then they got a single barrel rye coming in at 132.5 proof. Below that, we got our Gentleman's Jack into our Old Forester products. And then we go into our Woodford Reserve. That's the Kentucky Derby, which just took place this last week. I lost. I gambled on the long shots, and well, sure as hell didn't happen this time around. Then we go into our other Woodford Reserve products, including their Woodford Double Oak, which is coming in at just 60 beans. Now below that, we got our Larceny. The Larceny is going to be batch B524, and that's coming in at 70 beans. We have our Old Forester products. Then we go into our flavored JD. Now below that, we have some of our Brothers in Bond, Old Grandad, and then we have our Old Grandad 114 into Clyde Mays and Castle and Key. Clyde Mays is going for 30 beans, and that's going to be their cash strength. Going to our Four Roses products. That's the recipe right there for the single barrel. We got our Rebel and our Remus. And then down here, got some of our bottom tier, we got our basic wild turkey. Still looking for the 8 year, which I haven't found yet. Up top here, we got our Lucky 7s coming in at 80 beans. We have Noah Mills and Kentucky Vintage into Old Bartstown. We got some Digits and some Joseph Magnus. We go down and we've got our Remus and Blade and Bow and our Fortuna. We also have Rare Breed and Wild Turkey, Rare Breed Barrel Proof and Rye, and then they have the single barrel. This is going to be from Warehouse IYG. We have our Russell's Reserve products and the Russell's 10, and this laser code is LAML. That is not one of those jackpot bottles. And we got our Bullet 1295 into our Bullet Bourbon, Sagamore Spirits, Cash Strength and Small Batch. We also have our RD1. We also have the Rye coming in at 66 beans. We go into our Angel's Envy products, including the Triple Oak for 75 beans and our Willet Rye for 67 beans. Up top we have our 4 branches and then our 2XO products. I really fell in love with the 2XO Gem of Kentucky. Oh my God, is that an amazing pour. Then we continue over here to the Hoot and Young and Horse Soldier into the Bacta, and they have a Dark Arts French Oak here for 90 beans. We have our Hard Truth Sweet Mash Bourbon into the Weeded. Then we go into our Whistle Pig products, both 12, 10, 6, and then Templeton Midnight Rye and Templeton Bourbon. They have their Penelope Architect here into the Weeded, and then also the Penelope Peach Old Fashioned Cocktail. They've got their Michter's products priced accordingly for 45 beans into the Jefferson's Ocean, and then also the Derringer. Below that, they're gonna have the Green River. Green River is a superstar in my eyes. The Full Proof is one of my favorite ones, and that's coming in at just 48 beans. Then we also have our Bartstown products, the Origin Series, 1792 small batch into the Smoke Wagon. And then down here we've got our Rittenhouse, Sazerac Rye, Heaven's Door, and Pinhook. We got our Dickel products and our Blue Note over here, and Balcones. And we're gonna round everything off with our Benchmark products. Over here at Whiskey Willy'S, you have phenomenal store picks. I'm telling you, you have to come here and grab one of these Old Forester single barrels. Take a look at this. So the Old Forester single barrels here, that's from Warehouse G, Floor 7. This particular bottle is highly sought after, so come and grab yours. Floor 7 seems to be a magical number when it comes to these Old Forester single barrels. It's coming in at 130.5 proof. This is a superstar in the bourbon community. If you haven't had a chance to grab one of these from Floor 7, you have to go grab one. They also have their Elijah Craig Private Barrel 10-year here. They got their Jack Daniels Private Barrel store pick. And this store pick is coming in at just 135.3 proof. That's enough to put some hair on your chest. They also have their Old Elk store pick, Jack Daniels Barrel Proof store pick. I just had some of this Maker's Mark Private Select, which was phenomenal. I really enjoyed this Private Select store pick, and I did pick up a bottle of this Old Forester single barrel. And then they also have their Larceny barrel pick, and then they have Penelope barrel pick as well for just 70 beans. And then last, they have their Knob Creek store pick for 60 beans. Also over here at Whiskey Willy'S, they have their little clearance rack over here where they have some bourbons that are for sale over here, including some Redwood Empire, Emerald Giant. They've got some Lost Monarch and some Templeton Rye, also some 2XO, the Tribute Blend. They've got some of their Angel's Envy over here, including the Triple Oak, and the Rye. And they also have some other goodies over here, including some Garrison Brothers single barrel. and Old Elk. Come over here and show these guys some port. They're going to take good care of you, trust me. Also over here at Whiskey Willy'S, they have a raffle going on right now. You get to get your raffle ticket placed in the box, and if you win the raffle, you're able to get a bottle of Elmer T. Lee, and I'm guessing you're going to have to pay the retail price for that. And then also over here, they have some Knob Creek 18 and some Remus. We have the Black Opal from Black Opal from, aged 20 years there. There we go. We have our Boss Hog, Whistle Pig 12 year, the Heaven Hill, the Rye and Grain to Glass. That Grain to Glass is delicious. And especially for just 100 beans. I spent 110 beans on my bottle, so that's a steal. You gotta grab that last bottle, go for it. We have our other bottles back here, including the Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend for 200 beans. You also have some Yellowstone limited release, Cream of Kentucky, into Sealbacks, Frank August, and then some other bottles of Buffalo Trace, Larceny, Angel's Envy, and Old Granddad, age 16 year, and Woodford Reserve Masters Collection.